Hello, everybody. This is Anita of Liberate Me. We are about to do a sacred geometry environment reading on the Buck Moon, the Lion's Gate, for those of you that are into that. If you're not into that, this will still be useful for you. So I'm going to make sure we're live because we had a bit of a glitch to start with. And yes, looks like we're live. Okay, I'm going to turn the volume down here. Please do comment, please do like, tell me where you're coming in from, and I am going to get started. So, I've got my phone here as well, so lots of different things going on. All right, so let me see. So, before we begin, I want to frame this reading properly because it's far more than the Buck Moon or the Lion's Gate isolated, those moments in the sky. This reading is about the hidden architecture beneath what is happening in your life right now. So the patterns, the desires, the disruptions, the decisions that may look separate, but often they are part of one continuous conversation. At Liberate Me, this is how we work. We read. So today we're reading, and through that reading, we recognize. And then through the experience, we activate what is in it for you, and then you get to receive a result or an outcome. So we read what life is already revealing. Life is your training program, the experiences you're having. They are all happening with a certain design. So you recognize the identity beneath that pattern, activate the action that particular moment is asking you for, that particular situation is asking you for. So whatever is going on for you right now, bring it forward and become available to receive what could not meet you while you were still living from that old version of yourself, an old identity, an identity you are not. So as we move through this reading today, do not ask what is coming. Instead, ask what is my life trying to show me and what can no longer come with me into this chapter. So, as I say, I am Anita, the founder of Liberate Me and of the proprietary method Identity Sacred Geometry Signature, where we read you because you're one of one. And for nearly 2 decades, I've been researching, curating this method, and I've been activating this through the Identity Sacred Geometry Signature experience. You can request your Identity Sacred Geometry Signature, which is a reading through private audio just for you, made for you, followed by an integration call. You should be able to do that on the link below. If not, please go to Liberate Me, TM, Instagram, and message me there. You'll see the WhatsApp there, and you'll get through. And we are going to give a few complimentary ones. So I'm excited for that, for you, and for what can open up there. And I think I've probably activated through the Identity Sacred Geometry Signature thousands of times or so. And it's always very inspiring for me to activate in this way, to read and recognize in this way, as it's designed to help you discover the hidden order in the apparent chaos in your life or the situations, experiences, circumstances you are having. And actually activate them, read them, recognize what they're truly here for, because they're all in design, they're all benefiting you, even if it feels like they're not. So to help you discover that hidden order in that chaos, because it's in your sacred geometry signature, your one-of-one design. And take those events and those perceptions, those feelings, those situations, those things that are weighing you down, and transform them into what is on its way to you, into receiving. So you stop seeing anything as if it's in the way, but really it is the way. It has that read, something for you to recognize, and then you activate and you lighten up and you receive. So instead of being burdened by emotional volatilities, emotional reactions, whether it's from within or from outside of you in situations. So instead of being a victim to our outer world, our situations, or our inner world, you get to take command from within. And this is how we were designed to do it. It's all a program, if you like, to use. So I love activating this and I love sharing this. I give the principles here and the theory as such, but actually for us to go into it practically for you, you have an individual sacred geometry signature, one of a kind just to you. So when you get that, you get to apply it personally and uniquely to your sacred geometry DNA, your fingerprint that is just for you. And then you can take those events in your life, those circumstances, those feelings, things that you've been ruminating on, that occupying space in your mind, in your body, in your life, and read, recognize, activate, and receive. And so, and I can show you how, no matter what is going on, to activate it into something you desire, or even better, to receive something. So if you're in a situation where you've been burned or feeling burned out in some way, or distracted by something, a relationship issue, a financial issue, a business issue, a rejection issue, a feeling like you're not yourself in some way, or you're feeling like you're not living up to expectations, anytime you're having a judgment on yourself or other people, and you feel it's distracting you or hurting you from doing something amazing with your life right now, if you feel like you can't do something or have something because you'll lose something, you'll lose love, respect, in this identity sacred geometry reading today, I can show you how to activate those situations, feelings, perceptions, and to receive a result or outcome that you desire. And this is very powerful. We only have control over perceptions, and we've got to see false, F-A-L-S-E, false perceptions to true perceptions, in such a way that no matter what you've been through or going through, you can see things through it. The message is trying to read for you to read, to recognize. And as you activate it, you can see the things that are on the way to you, not in the way. Okay. It is not a setback. Okay. It is really a setup. It's all a setup. And if we know how to read it, recognize it, activate it, you can use it as an opportunity. You can use it as fuel. And it's not rocket science, but it does have some scientific background. And at the end of this, I'll share with you where you can go find out more about your identity sacred geometry signature, about sacred geometry, about what is this woman talking about. Okay. So I can show you how to do it. And when you know how to read, recognize, activate, because, they say the truth sets you free. So inside of your identity sacred geometry signature, the truth is there. And then you get to liberate yourself, okay, from a lot of emotional baggage that you may have been carrying around. And you can actually see things from a hidden order inside of your very own individual identity sacred geometry signature, which is like a breath of fresh air. These readings are not scary. They're very real. They're very practical. They're very honest. They can save years of therapy, because it goes straight to the truth and activates it rather than just talking about our narratives, our stories, what's happening to us, why things aren't possible, but actually they're all happening for you to use them. There's a science inside of this to how to activate no matter what happens and how to use it in a very resourceful way. And that's very liberating. And it helps you bring your life, your desires, what's happening, to understand it and use it and bring it into focus. So imagine if you could identify what's really, really happening in your life and what messages it's trying to give you, what it's trying to have you recognize and activate to get something you desire, or even better, that you could open up to receive that. So, yeah, imagine that, because that's very valuable to know what your real priorities are, what the structure is inside of you, and live according to that very naturally and organically, not just be told this, because it happens through the activation and your identity gets to upgrade. So if you'd like to lessen the drama, get inspired, get more grateful for real, more loving, more present, more empowered, this identity sacred geometry reading is very powerful. And we're going to give you a taster today, and then your individual one is incredibly powerful. This is what this is dedicated just to you. So I have been studying human design behavior, or human architecture for probably my whole life. So nearly almost 50 years, right, from when I was born. But seriously, for at least 2 decades, if not more. And summarizing and distilling some of the greatest teachings, gaps in this industry of self-development or personal development that I have seen, to gather it all up from all over the world, from almost every discipline, and distill it and put it together into this identity sacred geometry signature, to only bring in what works and take out what doesn't work, to help you master your life. So you'll be able to wake up to the truth, your faculties of the truth, to your creativity. You'll be able to build a business if you choose, and as big as is designed for you, because what is in your sacred geometry signature, what you're here to receive, can also be read. What your purpose is can be read, and it'll be read from your signature. So you don't even have to work that stuff out. You'll be able to have the wealth that you're designed to have, the relationship stability, intimacy, social influence, physical vitality that you are designed to have. So I want, and the sacred wants, people to master all of those through their identity sacred geometry signature. And the quality of your life is based on the quality of your understanding of your identity sacred geometry signature and the situation and experiences in your life, being able to read them. So if you get amazing readings on that situation, messages, the truth of what's going on, not what we're told is going on, when we judge it or say, I would never do that to someone, what's happened to me. But when you can really read the truth in it, wow, and activate it, you get an amazing life. You get to receive. The sacred geometry signature is loaded with messages, readings that help you not just have a new set of perceptions on the surface, but really break it down to the truth that you feel liberated. That's why it's called Liberate Me. And you'll see that your life is on the way. The things that are here for you to receive. That it is not that these things are in the way. And you find, you'll see it be read for you, this hidden order. And you can have such a state of gratitude for your life instead of the burden, no matter what is happening. So if anything is happening in your life right now or has happened, you can truly say thank you for it, because any situation has given you some benefit. So the situation you're in right now or have been in, or what you're feeling, is here to benefit you if you know how to activate it. So So if you're feeling hesitant or resentful or ashamed or any of those feelings, it's okay. Come inside, have your identity sacred geometry signature experience, and I assure you that you can activate how to use all these situations for the rest of your life. And I've asked a lot of people during their identity sacred geometry experiences is what has happened for you here. And it is always felt that you would not get this anywhere else. So there are original proprietary, not just ideas, but you could say ideas, original methodologies inside, things I've been working on for decades. So I'm absolutely certain that you can't go to your identity sacred geometry signature without receiving what you desire, even better, and your true identity. And if you're ready for a more empowered you, a more inspired you, more grateful you, then welcome. Fantastic that you're here today, and I'm excited for you. Okay, so if you want to take real control of your life, your identity sacred geometry signature is where it happens. And just before I go into the reading today, I want to invite you to discover the deeper work behind these sacred reads. Liberate Me has officially launched or launching. We've been international, but we're officially launching through the UAE at the moment and introducing a new way to understand human identity through the Identity Sacred Geometry Signature, a completely bespoke reading built from your life experience, reoccurring patterns. We use your birth details for one element and the questions you most want answered. The work is based on a central truth. Nothing in your life is random. Everything is by design, and it has a message for you. A reading, something for you to recognize, something for you to activate, and therefore something for you to receive, so you will always benefit. Your relationships, your work, your health, your desires, and even the moments that have felt like setbacks may be revealing an intelligence you have never been taught to read. I have just released a press announcement. It's officially going to be going out next week, but if you would like to take a look at that, my founder biography, which shares more about my story, this methodology, and the vision and the truth behind Liberate Me. We have never pulled this together. We've been too busy doing the work. This is now going to be available, I hope today, in the link in my Instagram bio. So go over to my Instagram after this reading, or a bit later, hopefully it'll be there at some point. I'll announce it when it's there, and have a look, because this is not about becoming someone new. This is about finally recognizing the identity that has been speaking through you all along. Okay. So I wanted to give you that. And now let's get into the reading for today. All right. I just want to pull up my notes, and we're going to go into the reading, what it wants you to recognize. All of these beautiful things, okay? All right, let me just pull up my notes. Okay, just give me a second. Thank you for your patience. Give us a love heart, give us a like. Please subscribe. It really helps me to come and do this content. If we get more views, it allows it to be seen. It's a great way to reciprocate if this is serving you. And if it's not serving you, that's okay. You know, there might be someone you want to share it with. Comment. I think you can hype, like, subscribe, switch on notifications, all of that. It would be highly appreciated. Just give me a moment. I'm just pulling this up as you do that. And if you're here on the replay, welcome to you. Happy Friday. and happy Buck Moon. All right, let's get into it. So, the themes for this Buck Moon, full moon, that is, the energies are still moving from a day or so ago, and the Lion's Gate are, is this is a period for significant transformation, a really initiating of something very new, which is your true identity, who you are. And it's collapsing any old timeline. So you may have seen things collapse, like a relationship, or it feels like something's collapsing and something new wants to come in, like there's this big new chapter that's trying to enter for you. So many individuals may sense an impending change in their lives. Are you experiencing that? Comment yes to start reading, recognizing it, activating energy in, energy out, things come to you. So the misalignment between personal circumstances and inner feelings right now can be really stressful, and you might be feeling like you're out of sync with your environment right now. Maybe your home or something just feels out of sync. And it is a time of collapse. There are things that want to collapse, ways of being or not being, ways of enjoying or not enjoying, ways of doing or not doing. The old you, the old timeline, it really is the birth, if you like, of the new you, but the real you, your true identity. So change can be really daunting, but it is essential for growth. Letting go of the past allows new opportunities to emerge and is prompting a transition right now into new chapters of life. The presence of one's sacred identity signature strengthens through reading, recognizing, and activating. That will make that change inevitable and very positive, very often positive. It gives you what you require to get what you desire. Stepping into sovereign leadership is what's required right now. So you may realize you have been playing small. Where have you been playing small right now? Or you may be afraid to play big in the way that you are choosing to do that because someone or something is, you're under some level of fear, threat, and control. You feel like you're going to lose something, lose love, lose respect. But actually, by not doing it, you're going to lose you. And that, I encourage you never to do. That is one of the most heartbreaking things. And actually, when you step in and don't follow fear, threat, and control, and you step in anyway, you will see that you will receive a great deal, and so will they. It doesn't help them or you when we're doing that. We all do it, no shade, no judgment, but really recognizing that right now is going to be a game changer. So the full moon, these energies, the sacred energies, have the power to create what you desire, or even better, or even if you don't know what you desire, but it has the ability for you to open up and receive what is yours to receive, what is in your design. And it encourages you right now to step away from outdated support systems, okay? Or people, things in your life that are this fear, threat, and control, to embrace your true potential. So really looking at what have you been avoiding because you didn't believe you have what it takes. If something or someone is believing in you right now, move towards that. Okay? Not to those that don't believe in you or things that don't or have fear, threat, and control in it. Don't question it, okay? Because you didn't believe you have what it takes. You do have what it takes, okay? Even if it's not that thing, by you pursuing it, it's going to activate and have you receive the thing it is here for. So this period provides an opportune time to act on long neglected aspirations. So what is that for you? If you don't know what they are, they will come from your identity sacred geometry reading, which we are giving some complimentary ones Go to Instagram, click request. There's going to be a witnessing of self-discovery here, a personal strength that can be so transformative and so rewarding, especially with the Lion's Gate. For those of you into astrology and things like that, this is strong, courageous energy. And it's like where incredible things can happen when you step into that strength. So the other theme here is nothing is hiding anymore. Unspoken feelings, suppressed truths will become evident, necessitating honesty and openness. Suppression is becoming impossible. So we are waking up fully as a collective, but individually. Acceptance of these truths is going to lead to faster resolutions and arrangements in your life. And you're going to be pushed forward for inevitable change, whether it's out of a relationship, moving, going global, or moving into another place, another apartment or home, or it can be emotionally, mentally, physically. It can be in all ways, but you're going to be pushed forward. Inevitable change may have already started to happen. This is about deepening your connection to compassion and unity with what, right? We need something to do that with. And here you have it. You have your identity, sacred geometry signature, your individual signature that will have a deepening of love, compassion to yourself, to your sacred geometry, to what you're here for, your life's purpose, and service. And that is in the highest good of everybody. And it's aided by this higher frequency that's present in what we call the macro sacred geometry, the universe, if you like. And it is enhancing connection to others. When you step into your true identity, it enhances connection to others, even those that there may be some fear, threat, and control that is happening, that is stopping you from stepping up into your identity. Because if you do, you're going to lose love, or you feel like you're going to lose something. And even if you're not recognizing that might be happening on a subconscious level, those people, those situations are going to recognize you. They're going to do a 180. Okay. And there's going to be a shared struggle, and there's going to be a fostering of compassion around it, and a renewed love, not what you expect, something quite surprising. So what we need to do as humans is to know that we are not individually special as such. We are all special, but understanding the parts in your signature that we call your root and your false elements, who you are not. Understanding that, reading that, recognizing that, activating that allows for greater tolerance and commitment to receiving what you're here to receive through that experience, even if it's negative. So it encourages using negativity or hard situations and circumstances, internally or externally, as a catalyst for personal growth right now into your true identity and into absolute enlightenment. And it is really encouraging you right now to embrace that change. Say yes to the thing. Invest in that. Recognize your potential for joy and love in your life. So this is the Buck Moon. This is the Lion's Gate. We're going to go a bit deeper now. Let me see what time we're at. Can I see what time we're at? Yes, can. I'm going to have a sip of water. Okay. So we're going to go into part 3, where we're going to go a bit deeper. A bit deeper. Are we ready? Please do like, please do subscribe. Thank you for being here. If you're here live, really appreciate it. We are all in this together. And yeah, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper. I'm just going to pull up something here. All right, beautiful. Yes. Okay. Now, as we go a bit deeper into these messages, I hope you enjoy. And like I say, please do share, hype, comment, all the love, any feelings you're having, maybe one word for how you're feeling right now, as I'm just bringing part 3 to you as we go deeper into this amazing stuff here for you. All right, let's do it. All right. So I want to just make sure I've got all these beautiful messages ready for you. All right, ready? Let's go. Part 3. So this is really the activation part of the reading. We're reading some of it, we're recognizing it, and we're going to activate a little here so you can receive. Now, like I say, this is only going to do a little bit, getting your individual sacred geometry signature, applying it to that as well. We get the big movement. So now this particular moon is actually called the buck moon. And depending where you are, which hemisphere you reside in, it's a beautiful lunation that actually occurs in the dynamic elements. And it is really offering us a chance to really take a breath. So please do, to revitalize your spirits and energy, to refocus on your long-term plans with precision. Okay? So you may have heard the Capricorn one before. Having a plan is good right now to bring in that harvest. We had some supermoon stuff coming in early as well. And that was all about receiving new opportunities. And now it's a moment to take a breath, take a retreat, take a staycation with yourself, an actual one, and step into precision, real precision. So this is enhancing the visionary within you right now to go for the big dreams. So what is the big dream? And really make them your reality too. The big dream that is in your design to activate. And again, that can be read for you, from you, and to you, from your signature. This energy, this sacred energy, is encouraging rest and recovery and a bit of play, an opportunity to go lightly, to be kinder to yourself, to really embrace the restorative vibrations in readiness for what is to come. That does not mean don't do anything, don't commit to anything. Do that and do this at the same time. It is a deep thinking phase to really witness what is possible for your future. So getting your identity sacred geometry signature now, any readings, anything to recognize and activate, is going to lay the groundwork for the next steps and have it become very real for you. This moon actually is brushing past the things that it requires to brush past. It is nudging you really to look at the undercurrent, to remove the inner chatter, the noise behind the scenes. It has the potential to keep you stuck right now if these things are not read and recognized in repetitive cycles, telling you that you're doing something, but you're not really doing the thing. Because your subconscious has a greater control until we know what's going on and how to read it, recognize it, and activate it. So it could be even telling you that you're doing more, when in reality, you're actually maybe doing more than enough, but you're not operating from your true elements of your signature, or you're operating at the capacity of that. So it wants you to remember that you are enough, of course, and allow yourself to just be, but not saying I'm just enough, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to move forward on the thing. If the thing is here, it reminds you to stand tall right now and proud in your glory and marvel at how far you've come and take action despite the challenging encounters that may already be happening or happening to you now, or that you feel that are going to be here along the way as you step into the thing, whatever that thing is for you. It is influencing, it is clearing space, it's removing negative entanglements or cycles or fear, threat, and control. Do not feed any fear, threat, and control, whether it's coming from yourself or from others. And that can look like things like emotional manipulation, or some people would call it emotional blackmail. I don't like any of these labels, but they're because nobody is bad. You are not bad. They are not bad, because we are all one. It is all a perfect design of activation. And when we activate it, that can go away. That very situation, that very person can do a 180. So very important. But just to help you recognize these things and allow yourself to let go and embrace softness, comfort for better times ahead. Allow yourself to be loved. You're in your identity sacred geometry signature, you will get loved, right? It's a very loving space, laboratory kind of environment for you to activate all of this when you get your reading, when you recognize it, when you activate and you start receiving. And of course, this is about enhancing independence. So you've got a curiosity to seek the wild and the unfamiliar. So, and this is a potent mix. It's actually offering a very unique truth on your long-term practical plans. To keep things fresh and interesting, of course, but as you're replenishing your energy, you may even surprise yourself at the plot twist that comes through. It is fabulously exciting directions that enhance the speed of what you can actually accomplish in your goals. Now, to mark the passing of time and all of these things, and the buck moon is about this, the males, deers, rapidly growing new antlers covered in soft velvety fur. So of course, this is about maturity and quick growth, stepping into your power. This is a chance to take a breath, own your own space, your own healing, your own standards, your own dreams, your own goals, but most importantly, your true story. A lot of us are believing in a false story, and you'll get to know your true story when you get your sacred geometry signature and your reading. And you'll get to stand a little taller, knowing that you have the necessary resources that are going to be made available to you so you can navigate your way through your next stage, because you are right where you're meant to be. And in this moment right here, to activate and receive what is yours to receive, so you can feel it. And of course, it can be so if activated, and will be so. So it's going to affect you differently, each one of you, depending on your individual sacred geometry signature, the areas of your life, but it is enriching you with the opportunities to know thyself deeper and attract more fulfillment your way. It's got the activation. What is here for you to receive? What can happen if you activate this is to release stresses of, the everyday mundane stuff. And it reminds you to live a full life and release the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. And it is sending you messages through your experiences, if you like signs, symbols, synchronicities, things that are happening, anything that's happening, anything you're thinking and feeling, any bodily pain, any circumstances, all has messages to remind you of who you are and your identity at its highest level, so you can activate it and receive it. It's like there's something otherworldly interacting with you right now, offering you experiences outside of your comfort zone, or it's going to if you activate this. So it reminds you right now to be open, expand your mind, your worldview, and your soul experience through things like your identity, sacred geometry signature, and then through things that are here for you to experience, to study that, to travel around that, to travel through some kind of education. To understand this, and we're going to offer you something at the end actually to help you travel through your sacred geometry, get some study on this, get some higher education on this. So it's about reminding you of all the times you might have doubted what you're what you're capable of, your wisdom, your gift. And again, don't worry, that can be read for you, through you, and to you in your signature and activated This is a moment to make a pact with you to honor your knowingness from now on, to not doubt your instincts, for they will never leave you astray. But it's very hard to know, well, what is my knowingness? What is the truth and what is the lie here? What am I meant to follow? Now, sometimes we just say, follow your gut instinct. And yes, but is your gut instinct coming from your false elements, FALSE, or from your true elements? Okay, and you'll get to see that in your sacred geometry signature, and then you know. Now, your gut, and it's not just your gut, we call it your micro sacred geometry here, your body but your gut alone is considered your first brain. It was actually developed through your central nervous system. So I'm just going to clear my throat. And now you may often feel something with your gut instinct before your brain perceives it. And the reason behind that is just making sure this is still live. Let me know in the comments if you're watching. I try to follow along on my phone here to make sure it's staying live. Are we live? Can anybody let me know in the comments? Maybe just say yes. Feels like it is live, so fingers crossed. If anybody can, just tell me yes in the chat. That would be amazing. I'd really appreciate that. I'm checking myself right now before we continue. Okay. Are we live? Just want to check because it does fall out sometimes. Okay. Bear with me, my loves. I just want to double check we're live. This is a lot of energy output, and I want to make sure you receive what is here for you. So thank you for your patience. Okay, good. We are. All right. I will continue in that case. All right. Thank you for that. Good. All right. Where were we? So this is a potent mix. And it's going to be quietening the noise down. And it's really inviting you to take up more space. Okay, whether it's taking up more space in your purpose, in your business, in who you're here to be, what you're here to enjoy, what you're here to do. Take up more space. In your relationship, it's asking you to take up more space. Really, really important. So you can navigate your way to the next stage of your plans or your sacred plans. If you don't know your plans, don't worry. They are inside of your sacred geometry signature. It is a very practical roadmap that takes you to what you desire even better, because you are right where you're meant to be in this moment, here and now. And it's asking you to take up more space, open up to the visions of what you want for your future. And even if you don't know, it will come through in your sacred geometry reading. And it is here to enhance areas of your life, enrich opportunities in your life. So all of these things are really, really important. Now, we were talking about the gut, because your micro sacred geometry, which is essentially your body, okay, and your immediate world. You know, when people say you're in your own world, right? The relationships you're having, the work, whatever it is, it's all of that, okay? What you can see, what you know, your own world. But your gut itself contains an independent nervous system. Okay, it was like the first brain. And it's called, I think, the enteric nervous system, ENS, and it features over 100 million neurons, more than the spinal cord itself. It regulates digestion, it communicates with the brain via the gut brain axis, affecting both mood and health. So why am I telling you this? Because that's just your gut. And there's so much going on inside of your microsacred geometry. So if you know what it's trying to communicate with you, you can read that, you can recognize that, and then you can activate it and receive something. Okay? So really important. So this moon, these energies are encouraging you to really lean into your knowingness. Okay? Lean into that knowingness. You know. What do you know? You know, but you don't know that you know that you know. Right? So leaning into your knowingness. Almost like your psychic awareness. I mean, you could, or your intuition that you feel like you can touch. And to honor how complex your body network and sacred geometry truly is, and celebrate that in its full glory. And we are releasing a white paper called The Architecture of the Unseen. So you can study and understand this a little bit more. That will be in that bio link on Instagram, so you can understand this more deeply. It also helps you peek beyond the veil right now. So you can convene with your higher self. You can receive messages, okay? You can step into your sacred world where you know that you are protected. So to honor this, what it's trying to release, and this reset period, lean into your curiosity right now, develop your knowingness. So, and that is like, a book or a course, but not any book or course. You have your own book, you have your own course, and it is your life, it is your identity, sacred geometry signature. And understanding that is the book. You are the book. Your life is the book. Your life is the course. And your identity, sacred geometry signature gives you that book. So embrace that knowledge. Read that book of you that enriches your soul. And it's like booking that travel to explore that far off land, somewhere outside of your familiar domain. You might actually travel right now as well. But it wants you to travel through your book, okay? And that is your identity, sacred geometry signature. This is literally a time of activating, planning adventures to expand your mind, your experience, and any negative self-talk that's coming through. You are being called right now to see how unique you are. So you are literally rare. You're one of a kind, okay? And not just, saying that, you're just saying what I want to hear. No, right? Everyone on this planet is literally dealing with something personal and literally has their own sacred geometry signature. We cannot judge another person's journey until we walk it ourselves. Okay? Or you can't judge your own journey until you understand that signature. So today, I wanted to give you that, and we're probably going to close this reading soon because I don't like to go over the hour, or there's always so much coming through. So I encourage you to like, subscribe, rewatch, and there'll be more in this for you as well. Okay, but we'll do a little bit more before we close this down today because there's just so many great things moving. So this is really a period of fostering opportunities to be open and real, authentic bonds with your true identity that will create authentic bonds with those around you, even if they don't feel authentic right now. Okay, this is time to look in the mirror. Okay, look in the mirror. And the mirrors are everywhere because we're all one. So everything that someone else is doing or your experience is a mirror. It has something for you to read, recognize, and activate in it to receive it. It's all for your benefit, whether it's negative or positive. And then really look, really see yourself. You've been through some stuff, but remind yourself how incredible you truly are. Now, this is a great time to compliment yourself or someone else or both, do it once a day, right? And when you look in the mirror, absorb that love for you, for all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It is all good, I promise you. It is not them, it is not you. You know, if it's not them, if it is not you, then who is it? It is the sacred. It is a sacred plan. It is that design, your signature, all of it. And when you absorb that and you can understand that, you can have love and gratitude for all of it, my friends. So what has been limiting you is now asking you and encouraging you to step into greater things. So yes, compliment yourself, compliment a person if you're called to do so. Because paying it forward, but paying it to yourself as well is going to activate, if you like, some karma boomerangs. So this might just make someone's day, and it will make your day to recognize yourself as well. And it will certainly reward you. So these are some quick hacks to use this energy. My beautiful people out there, there are so many beautiful messages and readings and things for you to recognize and activate that is individual to you. And I'd love to bring forward what this is for you personally. What do you need to know? What do you need to activate during this phase? And so that is going to be super, super, super important. So even though you're out there, you might be focusing on your goals. It really wants to bloom what you've planted right here. It is a monumental shift moment with these energies. And whilst it may not be bringing you peace right now, it will bring you peace and relief once you know how to read it, recognize it, and activate and receive it. So you're going to get to spread your wings and fly. Yeah. And so if you can feel that peace and what's trying to come in for you here, there is a lot here for you, okay? This is about massive growth, okay? Accomplishment. And it's money related too, okay? So where you're investing in yourself and activating this is going to be very fruitful. There's a lot of grapes there. And you've been dealt probably a hard set of cards, but this is going to shift. All of those hard set of cards have benefits for you in them. If you can read the true message in them, recognize it and activate and receive. And you navigate the game that we call life. And it is a game, right? It's a very serious game. But what you're going to see is with your identity sacred geometry signature, you understand the micro sacred geometry. And then you're going to understand the macro, what's going on around you and the bigger energies around you. And that information, it's going to have you winning. You're suddenly going to start winning. That's what's available to receive it. So I would say there's this energy that you're going to receive that, and there are going to be some, there's going to be some lovely grapes and there's going to be some sour grapes, but they're all got benefits for you in them. Okay. So, yeah. So although you've been through a lot and there's been a lot of responsibility and a lot of pressure, a lot of duty and a lot of obligation, you can laugh, okay, with life at the moment and acknowledge that, because this pressure is going to release. And there's going to be happiness and joy if you're able to activate this. And there's going to be relief to go out and do those things and feel that happiness in your soul and connect with it. Okay. So laughter right now is going to be good, right? Laughter is going to help. Feeling joy, lightness, silliness, having fun, okay? As you're stepping in to your truth and your identity. This is a medicine. It is very necessary. This is all about your connection to that. So some of these experiences are shattering at the moment for you and they're shaking your foundations, okay? And it's to shift and evolve things in an incredible way and bring in for you what is here for you to receive. All right. So closing this off, my darlings, for you today, as we bring this to a close. So many messages. So do get your individual readings on this because, wow, incredible energies here. And yeah. And another message, just as we close off, is stop berating yourself. If you can, just take stock of it and see what the message is to recognize into it. Okay? Even the small stuff, even if you're berating yourself for the small stuff. Very important right now to recognize all of that amazingness, okay, that is moving for you. And if you can't, you can get your reading and then you will be able to recognize it, okay? You won't be able to avoid recognizing it because it's going to be there for you in such beautiful ways. Okay, so there's literally no space for intrusive thoughts right now, but if you have them, there is to use them and activate them to receive something. So before I leave today, please do subscribe, press the like, comment, share, anything like that. Massively appreciated. It really helps in that reciprocation of the energy as well. I would love you to leave a comment of what your experience has been today or share it personally. That always is good to know and hear because we're all in this together. So before I leave today, I do want to invite you to discover the deeper work behind Liberate Me and your sacred geometry signature. I want to give you that opportunity. We've never had a moment to start putting this together. This has been going for a decade. We've been doing the work, working with organizations, private clients, doing this incredible work, which has almost been the best kept secret, but we are officially coming out. And so if you want to discover some of the deeper work behind these sacred reads, Liberate Me has officially launched or is launching in the UAE. So this is where we're starting, but this is international. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. And we're introducing a new way to understand human identity through the Identity Sacred Geometry Signature, a completely bespoke reading built from your life experiences, reoccurring patterns. We use your birth details as well, but that's just for one element. And the questions you've most wanted answered. The work is based on one central truth, that nothing in your life is random. Your relationships, your work, your health, your desires, and even the moments that felt like setbacks are not setbacks. They're setups. And they are revealing an intelligence you have never been taught to read. And I have just released a new press announcement, the founder biography of Liberate Me, myself, a fact sheet, which will share more about the story, the methodology, the vision behind Liberate Me. Go over to my Instagram after this reading. And if it's not there yet, I'll let you know when it's there and have a look, because this is not about becoming someone new. It's really finally recognizing the identity that has been speaking through you. You'll also see a white paper there that is being released called The Architecture of the Unseen. For those of you that like to study this and go a little bit deeper, then that's going to be a beautiful one for you. And nothing is better than getting your individual sacred geometry signature and activating that precisely in what's happening for you. So happy Buck Moon, happy Lion's Gate, if you're into that, or happy Friday, happy activating all of this beautiful stuff. This has been Anita Gaisel of Liberate Me and the Identity Sacred Geometry Signature. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. Give me a hashtag replay if you come on the replay. And know that we're all into this together. And the most important thing inside of this is you. and understanding you. When you understand you, it is good for everybody. Okay, because we're all connected, we are all one. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I shall speak to you soon. Bye bye for now.